Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa on Manifestation Monday. It's really important to align with Mother Nature, align to the miracles that we have on this planet. And so John McGarvey is here with Tao Labs to help us basically find the balance within through Chinese herbs and tell us a little bit about Tao.
Absolutely. Tao Labs is a company that I'm one of the co-founders of. We're based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So thanks for having me all the way out here this morning.
Absolutely.
And, it's a lot of fun to be out here.
Universal way.
Absolutely, absolutely. We actually distribute a lot of product out this way, so it's always a good opportunity to come out. But in essence, I spent about 2 years in Tibet between a stint on Wall Street and then a stint running a consumer product company. And what you guys were talking about in the intro is very, very much at the heart of kind of what Tao Labs is all about. And I think part of what you guys were talking about is just trying to find a little bit of balance, manifesting, or nurturing the highs and the lows, and really trying to come up with something that keeps you centered. And Chinese medicine is all about balance. It's all about centered. It's all about finding your way.
The yin and the yang.
The yin and the yang, very much so. And so a group of us came together about 6 years ago, and we saw this opportunity because Chinese medicine is something that's been around for about 2,500 years. It's very, very, very powerful. I think we're all familiar with the strength and the wisdom and the integrity of acupuncture, but there's this modality that complements it, which is all about Chinese herbs, okay? And Chinese herbal medicine is something that is not well understood. It's very powerful. It's practiced, by 1.4 billion people in China and across all of Asia. And it's something that is here in the United States, but there really wasn't a brand or sort of an identity around it that could be approachable. Certainly something that was tasty, because Chinese medicine is not tasty whatsoever. It's very, very bitter. I think we've all, not all of us, but if you've ever had experience with ginseng, you could kind of understand, it is pretty rancid. And so our idea was, the flavor and the esoteric nature of Chinese medicine as its root was really kind of confusing people and not allowing people to kind of come closer to it and embrace it and really experience the power of this stuff. And so we came together, and Tao Labs was born about 2 years ago.
So who are the people, though, who might be interested in Chinese medicine? What are the symptoms they're experiencing?
Everybody in some case or form should be interested in trying Chinese medicine, okay? One of our visions, and at least mine personally, is to just really unravel the power of this stuff, because it is very, very, very powerful. It helps everything from the mundane, like a bad shoulder or sleep, which I think we're going to talk about a little bit farther along, or stuff that's much more serious. And I think a lot of us maybe know somebody who has worked with an acupuncturist or been introduced to Chinese herbal medicine at a point in which they're kind of desperate.
So explain, what is an herb?
Right,
for the people out there, what is it, a root? What is an herb for people? They probably don't even know what that is.
Fair question. An herb is a plant, okay? So this is very much plant-based, food-based medicine. And it can be anything from ginseng up to feng feng to all sorts of other, there's about 800 different herbs that kind of encompass Chinese medicine. And it does come from the ground. By and large, and it is a plant.
And it has intelligence, and it does whatever. So, I mean, obviously, I'm a firm believer. I've never done very many Eastern herbs, but of course, I'm a believer in it, and I believe in the intelligence that lives in all plants. Can somebody take them that is not having any illness? What ones would you recommend for just having all over better health?
Absolutely. I say again, everybody should experience Chinese medicine in some form or another. And if you don't have a regular acupuncturist that you see, I would really encourage you to kind of identify and kind of align with somebody. To answer your question specifically, Tao Labs has a variety of formulas that helps the very mundane and the preventative. We have a formula up there that's called immunity support. It technically says cold and allergy, but our lawyers kind of vomited all over that. In essence, it prevents you from getting sick. It's like a vitamin C powder that you would take before getting on an airplane, during cold and flu season, if you feel something coming on. It's very, very much preventative in nature. And then we extend to products like our sleep formulas, which we launched late last year, which really help quiet the mind and the body at 2 a.m.
Well, and that's one of the biggest things I personally struggle with. I say that I'm a daydreamer and a night thinker.
Yeah.
I have not slept through the night, honestly, and I couldn't even remember when.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wake up 2 a.m., 4 a.m. I'm up for anywhere between 20 minutes and an hour at a time. I can't turn my mind off.
Yeah.
How could this help me?
Well, I think somebody brought up Brene Brown earlier, and she has a famous quote that says, an anxious mind makes a ruffled pillow. And so our sleep formulas were developed very much with trying to calm and cool and relax the body when you really need it most, which isn't when the pillow, or the head hits the pillow. It's at 2 in the morning, it's at 3 in the morning when all of a sudden, my God, I'm up and I just cannot get myself back to sleep. So we came up with 2 different formulas because nobody sleeps or doesn't sleep for the same reason. The one that seems to be the most popular right now is our mental Tranquility, which is all about turning off a very, very active mind, as we say, at 2 in the morning, because it does absolutely no good to work on your list of things to do when, my God, we got to be getting some Z's and some sleep. And it comes this self-fulfilling thing where all of a sudden it's like, it's 2 o'clock, it's 2:30, it's 3 o'clock. Hell with it, I'll just get up.
I wish they called it supplements instead of medicine. I think that there's a confusion almost like it's complex or something versus all these roots I'm sure they all have intelligence. They're a supplement essentially, really?
Very much so. And I think we're coming down a little bit to just definitions as well. These are supplements. So they carry a supplement facts panel on the back, and so they're safe for just about anybody to take. We have some qualifications on the back that we would direct everybody to, but they're very gentle. They're very, very mild, but they're very powerful at the same time.
So can you take too many of them?
You could, in theory, take too many of them, but you would notice it. We basically say don't take any more than 3 doses on a daily basis, but it wouldn't cause you to have to go to the hospital or anything like that.
Did you discover this sort of idea and develop this interest when you were in Tibet, or what was your experience in Tibet?
The Tibetan experience was life-changing, and it was something that, not to be repeated probably, but I'm so grateful that I had it. To answer your question,
What does that mean?
That's what the real story is.
we can't do that.
I lived in China for some time. It was an incredible experience, not to be repeated.
Well, I say not to be repeated because my wife would be like, no, you got 2 kids. Let's get this thing going, John, and let's focus on trying to, sell more herbs. And that's why I would love to go back there. But to answer your question specifically, it was Thanksgiving. This is a true story. I got very, very sick in 2004. God knows what I ate. But ultimately, I found myself in a pinch with a digestive upset, as we'd say in FDA lingo. And it was Chinese herbal medicine that got me better. And I was sick. And it was herbs. God knows what it was that they gave me. But it was just one of these life-changing, this stuff works.
Wow.
And it does.
Well, a lot of my girlfriends have had a lot of success in fertility treatment.
Absolutely.
With Chinese herbs, medicine, and
Absolutely.
acupuncture.
Absolutely. Fertility and women's health is a major point of entry for Chinese herbal medicine, from acupuncture to herbs to moxibustion to cupping. It's very, very powerful stuff, and it's unfortunately a point with which people are a little desperate. That they're coming to learn about Chinese medicine, but ultimately it's a really eye-opening experience because it's very successful with the fertility.
So I have a pet peeve around that cupping because it's such a La La Land thing to go get cupping. I don't know if anyone sees it out there, but people go get cupping and they have these suction cup hickeys all over their whole body and stuff. And meanwhile, they're stressed out. They're alcohol on the weekends. And I'm thinking, why don't you just
cut out the alcohol.
Cup off a little,
totally.
You know what I mean?
Balance.
You need a little bit to
Party's
for sure.
This is complete La La Land.
Well, John, thank you so much for sharing your light
Absolutely.
and Tao wisdom with us. Tell everyone where they can learn more information.
Absolutely. Please join us at mydaolabs.com, and that's mydaolabs.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Dao Labs, and I think we do have a presence on other social media platforms as well. But we'd love to answer any questions that you have. We've got a great team back in the great state of Minnesota, the epicenter of Chinese medicine in the United States. So we're here to answer questions and help you get matched with the right formula.
So I'll let you know if I actually sleep through the night. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.